Bark, bark, woof, 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 bark, 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 bark. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Peak. I'm Soul. I am awake. Imagine I said that with air quotes. They just manifested around me verbally. Sorry. Vintage story stuff went weird. um. Yeah. Yeah. Went weird. That's, I guess, the best way of putting it. So, they put some some mods in their beta a little late, and it did some world corruption. Hi, Ami. You're lovely. And that world corruption was mostly limited to the North America server, but it was so bad that they also reset the EU server because they wanted to get rid of the mods that did it, so it wouldn't happen later. And fuck off on me. Anyway, so we're in the fun situation of the entire world has been reset. They were like, it's fine. We'll get everyone a compensation package. We'll other stuff. Thanks, lady. But like, I don't know. We've had a guild application that's been out for days now. Since the last day of the beta, at least. And I put in a ticket for the fucking thanks cool wealth. All right. We put in a ticket for we're looking to requisition some supplies because, you know, we were actually one of the guilds that was further along in the EU server when things reset. We were like on the brink of tin bronze, I think. And yeah. That yeah. But I'm fine. I'm very normal about it. I'm not tired at all. But yeah, that backdrop, hi Jake, is just how my last 24 hours has been going. I keep wanting to yell at people. None of them are like the reason any of this happened, though. So I've just kind of been stewing. Fucking sucks. Like, it's not like I can yell at anyone who's actually in charge. You know? So, like, it wouldn't do anything. I know. But Jesus, I want to yell at someone so bad. Because this is a clusterfuck. Thanks, lady. And also, like, I would like to think I wouldn't make these same mistakes, but I definitely would. It's one of those things. Like, I'm no better. It's just annoying. Anyway. Oh, hold on. What? Okay, whatever. With all of that said, as context for my dour mood, I'm Soul. Welcome back to the Daily Peak. It's a little all over the place, yeah. Waffles, I feel like they get crispier. Yeah, with all of that context to my mood at the moment, hi, I'm Soul. Welcome back to the Daily Peak. It is currently Wednesday. I am going to take my meds. Hopefully it'll be better going forward. Absolutely. Like, I don't quite care about what mods we have, I just want it to be stable. Ah. Ah. My meds are still bitter. You know, Jake, I actually have to disagree with you on that. I like waffles because when they're pressed like that, they get thinner and that makes them crispier. But when you put syrup on them, the fact that they have little syrup holders means that they like start soaking through and they stop being crispy. I see your problem. But I'm like, you have to put the syrup on and like eat it immediately. You have to dip them into the syrup. You like them floppy? Sounds like pancakes are a better match. I'm going for a specific texture experience. But yeah. I'm gonna do my best to not just spend the whole ass stream complaining about the vintage story server I'm on. But it's been kind of very present. Because I'm the like head of the guild, even though they haven't approved our guild application yet, so like, the pancakes absorb plenty. So it's like, we're not even part of an official guild, so we're last on their priority list there, and also last on their priority list because we're in the EU server as opposed to the NA server. And the NA server is the actually big one. Even though I'm of the opinion that they should be decentralizing this shit. You know, they should get more servers. So there's like 20 people in each one, because there doesn't need to be like 80 in one and 20 in the other. Huh. I do not live in Europe. I play on the EU server of this vintage story thing. Different things. I'd like to live in Europe. It's aspirational. But no, I'm North America. Sorry, I'm going insane to just, like, get it out. Because otherwise I will spend the entire stream complaining. It's been on my mind. Kilometers, 1,000 meters. I don't know what you wanted me to say there. Like, the metric system is one of the few, like, it's a sensical measuring system. You know? It is not that hard to understand. You use imperial measurements. What the system we use in America is actually called, by the way. God bless America. You're taking a patriotic stance now? In this day and age? With this administration? I get blind nationalism is one of the many jokes that we like to make about our country, but like, goddamn. Half the population is dumber than the average person, and the average person understands most measurements. I see. That's one of those statements where it's like, I know this is probably statistical fact or whatever, but that does sound like something a eugenicist would tell me. Sorry. Just... Like, I know it was almost certainly not your intention, but it vibes like that one time my grandpa was like, you know, like 5% commits, like 13% of people commit 90% of the crime. It's like, you motherfucker. I would punch you if you were not driving. God, I've had to deal with too many eugenicists in my life. I've had to talk to too many. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I'm in the hole. I'm putting a checkpoint flag there just to screw myself. Oh, eugenics is the idea that you can improve the human population via selective breeding and gene editing. Which is one of those things where it's like, yes, that is technically true. But when you get down to the practice of how you do that, you inevitably go into full-on genocide. But, like, if you are a tech bro that does not have any kind of, like, civics experience, I keep seeing tech bros reinvent eugenics, and it's fucked up. Our schooling system has really failed in teaching people that eugenics is bad. That's confusing. If you want me to, like, dramatically oversimplify, I don't even know if that's whatever. Um, it's a weird way of framing it, but I will digress for the sake of the left unity. If you want a real quick and dirty of the idea of eugenics, eugenics is what the Nazis believed. Which oversimplifies both eugenics and the weird-ass beliefs of the Nazis. But it's a solid enough definition for knowing that they are, you know, incinerated fortified milks. Have you been incinerating them? Doesn't that make them worse? Hold on, let me open the Peak Wiki. Let me open the Peak Wiki real quick. Peak.wiki.gg. Food. Huh. So it adds 10 seconds of shield when cooked. And that's it. Oh, hey, fortified milk heals for 100 injury when consumed by a skeleton. So yeah, it's just cooked versus not cooked. Got it. So incinerated versus cooked doesn't change it. That makes sense. Yes, skeletons can get injured. The thing with skeletons is they take like 8 times damage. No. They take 8 times the normal amount of damage. So if you take a very small amount of damage, you can survive it. Or maybe 4 times. Sorry, I've just remembered that I forgot to take my vitamins. Unironically, yes, because I take gummy vitamins. These things rock. I love that you asked the question after I already answered it. Okay. Uh-huh. It just means we were on the exact same train of thought. Can I get that without screwing myself over, do you think? I think I can. Wait. I also have to wait through about like 5 seconds of you yelling at me before you hear my correction. Heart emoji. Oh, I'm out here doing my best to vibe. I've been playing RimWorld, as well as, Vintage Story. And notably, I just started an android colony, because there's that vanilla factions expanded androids. And I'm playing that on, like, my medieval mod pack, which has been a fun experience so far. Because I have these advanced tech creatures who are trying to get by in a world where fully, like, the next highest level of technology compared to them is the crossbow, you know? Well, then you're not the target audience for the story. Heart emoji. This one goes out to the people who know what I'm talking about. Heart spam to the people who know what I'm talking about. Alright, cool. Ooh! It's the autumnal, tropics. God, that's so pretty. Y'all are seeing how pretty this is, right? What's up? Hey, how you doing, Xavier? I'm vibing. I'm peaking. I am in my favorite variant of the tropics at the moment, which is the explosive one. Absolutely not. I do my... This is a solo challenge. It's a Sense 7 solo. I don't know why people keep asking. I like the rich. I feel like for all the penalties it gives you in terms of, like, you know, additional obstacles, it more than makes up for that in additional items. Because it's got the shroom berries and everything. And some of those things are overpowered as all hell. So I'm like, yeah. Like, it makes the environment harder, but... Nah, it'd be like that. Like, yeah, the environment's harder, but I feel like the item advantage really helps even out the difficulty. Where it's like, okay, it's probably more difficult than what it should be for its place in the game. But it is more interesting than the tropics. I will give it that. It's just one of those, like, maybe it should be either rebalanced to be a biome 2 or moved to be a later biome in the game. But I like the mechanics in it. Like, overall, I think they've done a good job. Granted, I also play Ascent 7 difficulty solo every day, and I have done that for the better part of 180 days. So maybe I shouldn't be trusted when it comes to gauging whether or not the difficulty is good. I clearly have weird preferences on that front. Don't like the beetle guys? The beetle guys are fine. I feel like the zombies are worse. And the zombies are also fine, so... Can't even beat it on tenderfoot without the zombies? That sounds like a you problem. I hate to tell you. That sounds like a problem that needs to be solved with like a couple dozen hours of practice. Granted, I wasn't always... Oh, Yeah, yep, that's fair. Peak isn't the easiest game. That is why I make a show out of attempting to beat it literally every day on the highest difficulty. But even if you go back in this series, I was not always running Ascent 7. Because I did not start out this series having had Ascent 7 as, like, part of my repertoire. No. Really? Oh my god. That sucks. That shit sucks. Okay. Yeah, I was doing my daily thing. I have been doing it for a while. That kind of rocks. Subnautica's a decent game. It's not my favorite, and I feel like there is some development decisions they could have made better, but overall it's a very well paced. It's got some optimization issues, I think. Anyway, what time is it for me? Like 10 a.m. Anyway, I would like to thank everybody who turned up for today's Daily Peak. I appreciate all of your viewership. Now I will see you guys next time. Bye. It was a good attempt. Thank you very much, my lady.